Hello, hello, Stephanie Zima, My Way of Life Coaching, coming to you today to talk about fear and rejection. And it's important for any woman, man, whatever, anyone in sales, in network marketing, in online sales, in social selling, call it whatever it is you want to call it. But anywhere where you have to put yourself out there and be you to get an outcome, right? Anyone who's doing that kind of job is basically faced with a fear of rejection and judgment. And that can be a make it or break it kind of situation for you. Okay. So if you cannot tackle this fear of rejection, then you are going to probably fail. That's just what it is, right? That is what it is. And it's not only in business that fear of rejection can actually make it or break it for you, but it can be in situations like wanting to join a new gym and being afraid of meeting new people, having social anxiety, being afraid of going into situations where you could possibly be rejected. And it's really stressful. It can be so stressful. And today I want to talk about how to overcome that and why this is so important for your success in general, right? There are many people. Let's talk about the network marketing space, for example. There's many people, many women who are starting an entrepreneurial journey because they are wanting to get the $200, $500, $1,000 a month extra, especially stay-at-home moms, for example. That was me. When I was a stay-at-home mom, I ended up in network marketing to get started in my career because that was what I could do from home. And I know so many women are in that situation. And when you are being faced, like imagine this, picture this, you yourself already not super great. You don't feel like the businesswoman. You don't feel like somebody that can sell anything, right? You don't feel like that. Yet you see the vision and you're putting yourself out there to do the job. And you are just always worried, what is someone else going to think about me? How are they going to perceive me? And what the key here is it starts with you. How do you see yourself? Okay. That's how other people are going to see you. If you see yourself with the label of just a stay-at-home mom, I'm just this, I'm just that, other people will see that as well. It starts with, what do you see yourself as? Okay. Who do you think you are? Right? You probably heard the sentence before. Who do you think you are? As a child, when you started becoming more lippy, when you started to talk back, when you started to find your power, your strength, you probably have heard the sentence, who do you think you are? Well, that's the birthplace of your fear of rejection. You imagine this, you were a little kid and you were starting to get into your power and you were trying to things out, you were pushing some boundaries, and the adults in your life were giving you a pushback, right? Pushback. Nope, that's not okay. That's not what I want to hear from you. You are back talking me. That is not allowed. Who do you think you are? That's when your brain back then as a child already thought like, woo, wait a minute. If I'm stepping into my power, I am going to be rejected. I'm going to be judged for who I think I am. Okay. And today, if you want to change this for your job, for your career, for your personal life, for your social anxiety, you have to start by, who do you think you are? Who do you really think you are? And why do you think that? That's where you start overcoming this rejection. This is where you start. And so for me, I'll give you a little bit of a personal story. When I had the challenge to overcome my fear of rejection, I did the same work, what I'm asking you to do today. Who do you think you are? And I thought and asked myself the question, who do I think I am? And there was blank. There was nothing coming. I did not have any idea as to who I felt I was. It was almost like it was erased from my memory. I could not answer this question. I did not know. So what I needed to do in my journey is to overcome this, I needed to find myself again. I had to figure out who I was. What do I like to do? Let's start with that. What is my favorite color? What are my hobbies? What brings me joy? Where would I like to be and why? And why this and why this? And I've asked myself that 7 times down. Why do I want to do what I wanted to do? And all of that had the purpose of figuring out who I am at the core. Okay. I traveled a lot because as I was asking myself those questions, I started realizing, like, oh my gosh, I'm so afraid of being an adult. I did not have any confidence at all. I was trapped in this state of being a stay-at-home mom and not really back into business. And it was just so confusing. It was so confusing. And imagine this, right? So many network marketers or now newly affiliated marketers, social sellers, again, call it whatever you want. All of you are being sold this vision of, like, you can be a stay-at-home mom, yet you need to show up as this businesswoman who can close sales. So you can see the dilemma here, right? You can see where the mismatch is. You can see where your brain is still kind of thinking about yourself as this person that, I don't even know who I am. I just gave birth and I'm just kind of like in this brain fog. And I'm just like, what's my identity? That's on the one side. And on the flip side, you have the identity problem of, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? And you're like somewhat in the middle saying, that sounds really scary and that feels very scary. And there you have it, the fear of rejection, right? So what does the fear of rejection do to you? It will keep you nicely safe of, like, you know what? I'll tell you who you are. You are this little girl that is just going to sit right here and not be seen and not be heard because you were inconvenient when you were a child and I couldn't deal with you. So I needed you to be very quiet. So stay right here. That's what your fear of rejection will do to you. Okay. Clearly, that was a self-centered choice back then of who do you think you are, and you are not to be seen and not to be heard, because now we really want to hear you. We want to see you. We want to see your value, right? And you have so much value to offer and to give the world. There are people, believe it or not, that really need your light. There are people that really need your products that you are passionate about, because if you're passionate about the products, the people who felt like you, feel like you, they are probably also going to need your products. See, sometimes we just get in our head and thinking like, oh, we're going to be the yucky salespeople that are pushing our products onto other people. But no, you've got to remember, see, my coaching program, for example, my Walk It Free mentoring program, was born by what did I need? I needed someone who supported me. I needed someone who can breathe life into me, because I had no belief in myself. I could not believe in myself. I needed someone who could say, you know what? You're doing great. Keep coming. You're doing great. Keep coming. You've got this. I believe in you. Right? That's who I needed. And that's the program that I assembled, right? Because I needed that. I needed also the assurance of knowing that borrowed confidence, right? The assurance to know that I was doing something right. Because while I was trying to navigate in my early stages of entrepreneurship, while I was trying to navigate, I always had this nagging voice in my back of like, do I do the right thing? Maybe I'm not doing enough. Maybe I'm, and it's really challenging to do it by yourself. It's really hard to do. So what I needed was someone who says, yes, this is it. These are the topics. These are the things that you need to be working on. Keep coming. You're doing good. It takes time to build this confidence. So if you want to accelerate, if you want to be faster, you need to invest into mentorship. That's just what it is. Okay. So having said that, fear of rejection, who do you think you are, stems from your childhood. To change that, you need to overcome it in building your confidence, in building your resilience, not resistance, resilience, and to develop the muscle of perseverance. Perseverance meaning doing it long enough that you will see the result that then proves your original thought of, I am doing the right thing here. Okay. In order to stop quitting, in order for self-doubt, imposter syndrome, self-sabotage not to derail your progress while you're working on your perseverance, that is why you need a coach. That is why you need a mentorship program. That is why you need someone to tell you, yes, you are doing great, keep coming. And while you keep coming, that is where you're building your confidence. Eventually, you're going to be able to see yourself where you have your progress. You're going to be able to see your habits. You're going to realize when you're lying to yourself. You're going to tell yourself, stop talking like this now, brain, right? Keep coming yourself. You can do this eventually yourself. However, in the beginning, it is really hard when you don't have somebody, because the doubt and the who do you think you are questions that are subconscious in our paradigm, they are so strong. And you need somebody that tells you the opposite. Okay. So fear of rejection, guys, again, that is how you find out who you are, find out what you're made out of, find out what you're wanting to do. And that's how you're going to beat this back with a stick. All right. If you have any questions about this mentorship program, check out www.walkitfree.com. There's a tab where you can have a free discovery call. Just book a call with me. Get on my call. There's no commitment needed. Just get on there and we can talk about it. All right. Have a great day.